And then at 2 o'clock, we will have a show out on the other side of the yellow line over here. So I'll start with myself. I'm wearing a lovely, cool wool outfit. Based upon what happened last year, we all wore wool this year. I don't understand. So we're all very warm. That's why we have a wonderful. And for those you'll see, I have a very soldier coming over here shortly, and he's a private. And I'm an officer, so I have a few distinctions as an officer. And that's everything from my Hessian boots, much finer wool that I'm wearing. I have an awful lot of braid and effort that's gone in to build this lovely jacket for me. Carries my sash that in the regular British Army wouldn't be worn around the waist. Horseback, the saber was really, again, just an item of rank. An officer carried a saber. A sergeant would carry a sword. So it's really an item of rank. It was practical and could be used, but rarely did it need to be used. Same as a bayonet on a musket. The musket was meant to shoot them, but at the very end, a bayonet would be used to settle the conflict. So here is a private of the Glengarry Principles.
Recruiting for locally the Scottish immigrants who settled here. And originally we were supposed to be a kilted Highland regiment. However, there was a shipment of 95th Rifles tunics that had mistakenly gone to the port of Montreal. So therefore, we were selected to wear the green tunic. So I am not an American. I am a local resident who would have lived here in Glengarry County. So this is a private uniform, very similar to, you'll see a lot of similarities between all the War of 1812 units. There's even American units that are dressed quite similar to how I am as well. So there was a lot of friendly fire incidents that did take place, partly due to the fact that it was hard to know who was the right team and who wasn't. So so this is pretty much what we wore. It's really hot, sorry. I'm wearing all wool. The good thing about wool is that it does breathe well, and you know it is suited for the Canadian climate. Although today it feels a little extreme, but this is what we wore. And I do have a pack. You'll see the GLI crest on the back. So everything I would have owned would have been in here. So I had my pillow, the blanket. We would have kept everything. So if I would have popped a hole in my my trousers, I would have kept them. I wouldn't have thrown them away. I would have stuck it in my pack because it was quite valuable if we're going marching. If I would have gotten a snag or a hole, I would have used it to do repair work on my trousers because this is all that we were issued.
Dress is terribly fashionable. I'm up to 1803. By 1803, you're having dresses that are what they call bib fronts, and actually fairly comfortable style of dress. Very common at that time. The bib front dresses were worn from both both 1798 through about 1805, 1807, when the styles changed again. And you can also tell that I'm an early person because I'm wearing this kind of a bonnet. This was a very short-lived fashion. As you can see, very long. Great for sun, but not so good for talking to people. There are temperatures in the time where women's bonnets got so long that to talk to somebody, you had to come inside their bonnet to talk to them. It's just a very comfortable style to wear in this kind of heat, however. And it comes off quite easily, as you can see. Underneath, of course, I would wear my cap. Ladies do not go without their hair properly covered for the most part, unless it's an evening affair. This was a very common style. It's very flattering, I think, to pretty much any face, and they're generally fastened under the chin, which, if you're an older lady like myself, is a little bit more flattering. I do have one other fashionable thing. I'm wearing nankeen boots. These were boots that were worn at the by the ladies. They are, by the way, exceptionally comfortable to wear. They're a flat shoe. And nankeen is a type of cotton that was produced in China and imported to North America. Oddly enough, these were reproduced from nankeen, produced in China, and imported to the United States. Anyway, that's pretty much me. Underneath, I would wear chemise, petticoats, because of course, as you can see, it's actually quite sheer. Again, very comfortable for the heat, but I don't want to show too much, so I have petticoats underneath. And I would also wear a corset. Corsets at the time are not quite as constricting as what a lot of people think that they are, because they're mostly meant to give you a high front. Otherwise, they're kind of boyish. So you're pretty much straight otherwise. It makes them the more comfortable corsets to wear. Earlier and later, you have ones that pull into the waist, do other things to shape the body. But at this time, the only thing you're really interested in is how high you can get.